Bolivia, stories are told of Indians living high in the mountains who possess unusual powers. Powers to heal or to kill. We climbed to some remote villages in the Andes to seek out these sorcerers and their magic. In South America, many skulls have been found which show signs of skillful bone surgery, performed at least 10,000 years ago. This bone here has already begun to heal, proving that the patient survived, lived perhaps for years. Other skulls show evidence of 4 or more operations. To perform these operations without modern anesthetics or antibiotics, these ancient surgeons must have possessed incredible techniques and knowledge of healing. To find the descendants of these ancient surgeons, explorers searched Bolivia for certain men who cure with plants and secret prayers.
I am Dushan Jersey, an explorer. With filmmaker Michel Drachusov, we're starting our search for healers in La Paz, the highest city in the world. Anyone who gets sick here can go to doctors trained in the United States. But if modern therapy should fail, the people still have hope. They can try the native medicine which the Indians always use. So they shop in the Calle Linares, the magic market. Here are 1,000 plant remedies that will cure every disease known to man, bring back wandering husbands, and drive away evil ghosts. It's not all superstition. Scientists from the University of Lima, Peru, have come to Bolivia conducting ongoing research into the effects of coca datura, quinoa, and other medicinal plants. Alongside the native herbs, ayahuasca and espingo, there is marijuana, tobacco, brightly colored wool, and flamingo feathers. Very important in making magic. This mummified fetus of a llama costs more than anything else and can supposedly be used to generate very strong magical forces. The vendor explained why.
The llama is a semi-divine animal. Now, a miscarriage is an abnormal birth, right? So a llama fetus is evidence that even the gods of fertility make mistakes. This object in the hands of a sorcerer can be a powerful weapon, for good or evil. The best place to see such power put to use would be the villages on the eastern slope of the Andes.
We found such a village in the Charazani Valley. A healer there reputedly cures disease like tuberculosis and polio, using just native plants found in the area. He agreed to let us watch him treating a patient, but only if we could understand the story of his training.
My name is Don Florentino, and I'll tell you how I became a healer. When I was 12, my uncle gave me a secret mixture of plants to eat. I saw a jaguar, as big as a house, with steel claws about to rip me apart. Then the jaguar changed into the Pachamama, and she let me suckle at her breast while she sang a song. Later, I sang the song to my uncle, who said it was the right song, and he agreed to teach me about plants and healing. That was 30 years ago.
Well, we said we understood. So Don Florentino let us watch him treat a man with a bad case of tuberculosis. The man had even gone to a doctor in the city, but only got worse. The man's fever was high and his talk was delirious. With the man's wife and sister as witnesses, Don Florentino and his apprentice started a ceremony. But he got annoyed when we asked about plant remedies.
Healing plants are the least important part of the ritual. First, we set up a mesa, a little stone altar. Over the years, I've collected objects of good and objects of evil. When I arrange them on the mesa, it becomes a battleground. Then we can manipulate the forces of sickness and health for this man. But before I consult with the patient, a llama fetus must be offered to Pachamama, the Mother Earth goddess. We'll put the fetus on the mesa along with two wrong things: rotten eggs and wool that's been woven the wrong way, and two right things, coca and copal resin. This tells the Pachamama we want to reestablish the balance between wrong and right for this man. You understand? Pachamama is just like your mother, or mine. I love my mother, but sometimes she can be an old shrew, very unpredictable. So to remind Pachamama to keep everything balanced, we burn the offerings. We breathe the smoke, and Pachamama breathes the smoke. To travel in the invisible universe, I need to be the center of this one. I'll invoke the 7 directions: north, south, east, west, up, down, and center. When the world is rebalanced right here on this spot, only then will I consult with the patient.
Don Florentino asked the man a lot of questions about his sickness to make sure it wasn't caused by a curse. Then he surprised us by pulling a live guinea pig out of his poncho, and then he asked the man to breathe on it while he choked it to death.
The patient couldn't breathe, so we're making a transfer between him and the guinea pig. Now he can breathe easily, and the guinea pig is the one who's choking. The trouble with doctors in the city, they diagnose the patient by dissecting him. We dissect the guinea pig instead, and carefully study the consistency of excrement in the lower intestine. In this case, since everything is loose, the man is lucky. He only has TB, a natural disease caused by the unbalanced way he lives. We won't have to fight any supernatural demons to treat him.
What we would call the medical part of the treatment was very brief. Eucalyptus leaves were wrapped around the patient's head, and he was given a diluted drink of coca leaves and quinoa ashes boiled in water. Soon his fever broke and he started talking rationally. Don Florentino's methods were hard for us to understand. He insisted that the most important part of his cures are supernatural, especially if the sickness is a manifestation of demonic evil sent by black magic. The Indians of the Andes place a great emphasis on what they call balance. If people get out of balance in their lives, that throws the gods out of balance, and then sickness and storms follow. In the village of Iuni, an old sorcerer named Silverio has begun a rebalancing ceremony, which is a kind of preventive medicine for his village. At first, Silverio was cautious and secretive, but finally he said we could watch as he conversed with the gods by studying falling coca leaves.
We need to calm the destructive fury of Ilampu, the god of thunder. The coca leaves tell us if he'll accept the offering of a llama. A sacrificed llama is not a gift to him. Gods don't need presents. Since the souls of dead people reincarnate in llamas, we're sending one of our ancestors to talk with Ilampu and work things out. We need rain for crops, but hail is a disaster. If the llama blood coagulates quickly, rain will coagulate to hail. this case, the blood is thin, a good sign, a very good sign.
As soon as the sacrifice was finished, Silverio started walking to another village. We followed and got to witness a communal ceremony never seen before by outsiders.
Once a year, sorcerers come from all over the Andes and gather in one village. But the name of that village must be kept secret. Here at the highest inhabited spot in the mountains, we are going to rebalance the entire Andes. First, the axis of the world is set. Right here. If the world spins on a bad axis, everything goes wrong. We would have earthquakes, sickness, stillbirths, starvation. But if we do the right ritual for 3 days, our villages will survive the rest of the year.
During the festival, we tried some of their chicha beer. Then we heard how it's made. Old women chew corn and spit it into a bowl, where it ferments. Also, the drinking cups have 2 small oxen inside, symbols of strength and virility.
When the sorcerer drinks chicha, he can sometimes see a vision of the Pachamama, nursing all the animals of the field, giving enough life to last another year. It is important that all gods work in harmony. We pray to all of them. Ilampu, god of thunder, give us rain, not hail. May this symbol, the tree of life, which was ours long before the conquistadors, give us resurrection and life, not death in the burning pit. Jaguar mother, give us strength to destroy our enemies. Achachilas, spirits of the mountain ridges, give us the north wind that blows vitality, not the south wind that blows disease. Demons that hover over the ancient ruins of our past, bring back our ancestors. A white flag marks a tribe at peace. A red flag marks a tribe at war with its neighbors. But today, even blood feuds are set aside so that we can create harmony and balance.
All the most respected sorcerers gathered in the center of the square, each carrying a pole from his home village. They said each pole was from a tree struck by lightning, which they call rayos, spirits of electricity. As they stood the poles together, creating a symbolic temple, we felt a strange chill in the air. Imagination or something else?
Condors, messengers of the sun, take our prayers on your wings to Viracocha, creator of the sun and its sister the moon. Keep heaven in balance, and we'll keep our towns and our families in balance, and we'll all have good life for another year.
Back in Silverio's home village, we went to see the school teacher. The government of Bolivia says that every village with more than 100 people must have a school, and the kids must learn Spanish and mathematics to become productive citizens. The teacher named Pamphilo was educated in La Paz, and he's trying his best to stamp out all the superstitions. We saw girls in his school, very unusual for the Indians of the Andes.
Soy boliviano. Soy boliviano. Viva mi patria. Mi patria es bella. Como la estrella matutinal. No hay en el mundo. Toma. Escriba la casa.
The kids seem eager to learn everything, especially the rules of soccer. When we asked the school teacher his opinion about magic healing, he told a remarkable story. His little son has epilepsy, which doctors in La Paz were unable to cure. And today, Pamphilo was ready to try anything. So he asked Silverio the sorcerer to try a ritual cure for the boy.
The first thing to do is to assemble all the family together. The teacher admits that his little boy has epileptic fits whenever the parents quarrel. I tell them, the next time they plan to have a fight, send the boy out to play. The teacher says he has never thought of that. I wonder what he learned in La Paz.
Silverio was born with his left hand deformed. He says all sorcerers have some physical defect. That's the way the gods mark them as having special powers. Silverio chewed coca leaves to go into a trance. His face began to look many years older, and his voice changed to a whisper.
There's another problem here. A man from a nearby village has sent a curse into the boy's body. And that's what's causing the epilepsy. This is serious. First, I need to heal the child, and then perform the ultimate rebalancing by sending the curse back where it came from. If you give good, you harvest good. But if you give evil, that's what you harvest.
Later, the teacher told us his son has been a lot better since Silverio's treatment. Was the cure psychological or a result of what the old man did next? Silverio said he would have his assistant send back the deadly curse to the man who had created it. And because this curse would be even stronger, he didn't want us to witness the end of the ceremony.
I don't want to put you in danger. This is going to be like playing with lightning. When you see me place a cross on the doll, you must leave.
He had fashioned a doll from some of the man's clothing and hair, and slowly inserted a needle into the heart. And we heard, a few days later, from a nearby village, that the magic had worked. Do shamans, sorcerers, or witch doctors have real power? I investigated them in Andes, Africa, Asia, and Haiti, and found that many are only charlatans. But I met a few men who really did seem to command power over life and death. I got this healing stone from missionaries. The secret of making one comes from India. It's a mixture of roots, leaves, and bones, which is chemically imbalanced. And only infection or venom can rebalance it. So if you place it on a sick spot, it sticks so hard you can't pull it off. It rebalances itself by sucking out all the poison, and then it falls off. Does it work? Well, so far, it saved my life from the bite of a black scorpion in Africa and twice from cobra bites in India. Tribes in Borneo, Sumatra, and the Sahara, maybe other places, for centuries have used this plant as a natural abortive. It's their birth control. The correct dose will restart a woman's menstruation within 24 hours. I asked a medical faculty why it's not used as our contraceptive. Well, the answer is simple. Pills bring huge profit to chemical industry, and this could grow in your garden.